Welcome to the Middle School Virtual Learning tutorial. If at any time you need tech support today or in the future, call 469-952-5414. All right, let's get started. The first thing you want to do is go to the school district's website at www.princetonisd.net. From there, you will click For Students, and then scroll down and click the link under the words ClassLink. Here is where your student will log in to access many of the different features of our online virtual learning. If they've never logged in before, they should use the first initial of their first name, the first initial of their last name, and their 6-digit student ID. For example, Brittany Charles would be BC, and then let's say my student ID is 123456. So that's what that would look like for username. Password is going to be just the last 4 digits of their student ID. So mine would be 3456. And then you'll hit sign in. Once you have logged in, you will click on your Gmail tab to access your school email. Once you're in your email, look for a class invitation from Google Classroom. Your teachers will be inviting you to your Google Classroom. So click on the link, and then you will see, if you scroll down, it'll show which Google Classroom you're being invited to, and then you'll just click Join. You can also access Google Classroom by going to Google, hitting on the little waffle, and selecting Classroom. As you can see, now I'm on my dashboard for Google Classroom, and your child will be able to see every Google Classroom that they are a part of for each class. And this is where they will go to look at announcements and teacher posts, view lessons, get assignments, and they'll be able to see what other people are in their class. So for this demonstration, I've made a pretend 6th grade math Google Classroom. So as you can see, the stream tells you what your teacher's just posting, as in notifications, announcements, things like that. Under the classwork tab is where you'd actually go to find your lessons and assignments. People will show you if there's any other students in the class with you. And then grades, you won't actually have that on yours. I just have it because I'm the creator. That's where I would go to view student grades. Okay, so your student will want to go to the classwork tab and look for today's date. So let's pretend today is Thursday. I would go to 8/13 because that's Thursday's date, and I'd go to the introduction. I can click on that and it will show me what I need to do. So right here you'll see there will be a Google Meet link for them to actually view their live virtual lesson. It says click on the link below at 1:19 p.m. because that's when 6th grade math is live, to learn about your virtual teacher and course expectations. It will be uploaded later if you can't view live, so be looking for that sometime around the end of school when they will be uploaded. After I joined this Google Meet and either watched the lesson or did whatever I needed to view on that, it says afterward, complete the task below. So then I would go and see whatever my teacher has left me to do for that day, for the day's task. And in this case, the teacher is having me introduce myself to the class and talk a little bit about myself through a Flipgrid. So I would just click Flipgrid. And you can see for this assignment, I would just hit record a response and I'd record myself introducing myself to the class and the teacher. You can also see that on the assignment, it has a due date. So I realize that that must be done today. I can't wait and do it tomorrow. Many of these assignments will be time sensitive since they will be tied to attendance. So please make sure you pay attention to due dates. Then let's say it's the next day, it's Friday, and now I have my first math lesson. Again, I would click on the assignment. It gives me directions as far as when I should click this link to view the lesson live. Again, it will be uploaded later if I want to view it later that afternoon. I would join the lesson live, see what the lesson's about, learn about, in this case, adding and subtracting decimals. And then afterward, I could then complete the task, which in this case is a Google form that my teacher has put up here. Again, notice that it says due August 14th. That means it must be done on August 14th. You can also see that there's an additional assignment on here, and it's grayed out, which means I can't click on it to actually complete it yet. It's scheduled for August 14th, so once August 14th actually hits, I'd be able to complete this task. Now I can look at it, and what it is, it's a short quiz through a Google form that I would be able to submit. Notice this due date is not until August 17th. So this assignment would not have to be done on the 14th when I have access to it. I could potentially take the weekend or do it Monday morning, as long as I have it turned in by August 17th at 11:59 p.m. So please make sure you're paying attention to due dates so that you know if you have to complete something that day or if you have a few days to do it. Another thing I wanted to point out is that students will get email notifications when a teacher posts an assignment. That way they can remember to go in and complete the assignment that day. Parents can also link their emails to their students' email account on their Google Classroom so that parents can receive notifications for assignments and also for grades when they are recorded in Google Classroom. Now let's look at the virtual schedule. This schedule lets you know what times your student can log in and view each virtual lesson live. So if I'm a 6th grader, there are no lessons in the first 2 time slots. That means I would not have to be logged on live if I don't want to be. Starting at 9:12, I would then click that Google Meet link and I could join my English Language Arts class and view that lesson live. I could also ask questions through either tuning in through the Google Meet and using my voice, or I could type in questions if I had them along the way. You can see after that at 10:54 is history, at 12:28 is science, and at 1:19 is math. Again, for 7th grade, here are the various times that you would want to tune in. Again, if there's no subject written next to the time, there is not a live lesson at that time. 8th grade is split up. If your student signed up for Spanish, they could view here. If they're not in Spanish, then you wouldn't need to worry about that. Science and business management, your BIM class, would be at this time, and that's like your computer course. And then math, ELAR, and history. And again, if you're in Algebra 1, that's at a separate time. So please make note as to whether you're in a regular class or an honors class for that. Again, students may watch and interact with the lessons live during this time, or you can watch the recorded lesson later the same day. But it is important to remember that you still need to be actively participating every single day to be counted present for the day. If you already went in and checked your schedule on Infinite Campus, that lets you know who your teachers are and what Google Classrooms you will be a part of. It also lets you know that would you return to school at some point, that would be your schedule and the times that you would access each of your actual on-campus classes. All right, so now I have just switched back over to my class link, and you can see there's many icons on here. I did want to point out that we will be using Edgenuity for a few of the electives. So if you are in art, debate, PE, or business management, that's the business management that learns about how to run a business, not the computer class, you will go to Edgenuity to access your lessons for those courses. Otherwise, you will be added to a Google Classroom for the rest of your classes. All right, well, that's all for today's tutorial. Please reach out to Tech if you need support in any area, or reach out to your home campus if you have further questions. Thank you.